10:14, it is time to reveal our surprise celebrity guest. Your clues, everybody, just in case you're joining us. Tony Award winner. You ain't never had a friend like me. Freestyle Love Supreme. The question, by the way, was why do we say break a leg instead of good luck? You know him, everybody.
Yes, we do.
From shows such as Aladdin, Hamilton, Freestyle Love Supreme.
Yes.
He's also appeared in a number of TV shows and films. Please welcome to the PIX11 Morning News, James Monroe Iglehart.
One of these days we'll get you back here in studio.
What's up?
What's up, man? How you doing?
How are you doing?
I am doing very well. I am very well. I'm glad to be here, y'all.
We are very excited to have you here, James. So, James, I have wondered, you know, they all are going to laugh at me, from back on my stage days.
Oh, here we go, James.
You know, I have a long list of stage days. But why do people say, hey, break a leg? And then you say good luck. It's like, whoa, no.
You know, it's funny. There are a number of theories. I was a theater major when I was in college. So there are a number of theories. One of the theories is back in the Elizabethan theater when people were doing Shakespeare, they didn't really clap. So they had chairs. So they would bang their chairs on the ground if they really liked something. And if you banged it hard enough, one of the chair legs would break and be like, that means you really love the show because you broke it, really strong. But there's another theory called the leg line. Back in the early days of theater, people weren't getting paid. You were in the leg line and you just waited to perform. And if you got to break the leg line, you got to go and perform, which meant you got to get paid. So people would say, oh my God, break a leg. But the more common theory is, and this is honest to God truth, is actors are just superstitious people. And when you tell us something positive, we all automatically think the bad thing is going to happen. So you say, oh my God, good luck. They're like, oh my, please don't say that. I'm not rehearsed. I'm not this, I'm not that. You know, there's that whole theory that people go, you know, if we have a bad preview, we'll have a good opening. Personally, I think, look, if there's an audience, you need to have a good show no matter what happens. So, but we're just basically superstitious people. We don't want you to say good luck to us because we feel like something bad's going to happen. So say break a leg because it makes us feel so much better with the negativity.
That makes complete sense.
This is fascinating. Actors and baseball players are incredibly superstitious, but you know, it's very nice to meet you through the screen, by the way.
Nice to meet you.
So I work with baseball players, and some of them go through extraordinary lengths because they're so superstitious. Do you do anything? Like, do you have a favorite pair of socks that you will only wear because you got such great reviews, or some other crazy thing that you do?
No, I come from the school of, you know, the best way to be to do well is to be prepared. So I'm just prepared.
That's it.
I see no reason. Don't get me wrong. You know, I mean, I guess you could see it as a superstition. You know, I have a prayer circle before I go on, but that's just because that's just something I do since I was a kid. I can't wear my wedding ring on stage, so I always have a necklace with a dragon on it because my wife is the year of the dragon, so I always wear that. But that's not really superstitious. It's just I like keeping I'm married. I've been married for 19 years. I just like keeping my wife close to me when I'm on stage. But as far as me like having something superstitious, no, I'm like, look, I worked hard, I prepared, I studied, I should know my stuff, and if I don't, maybe my understudy should go on. You know? But then again, those of you that know me on the show, you know my ego's too big. I'm like, he ain't going on. I'm doing this show.
That's right. It's all me. Hey, let me ask you.
It was a whole year of COVID. Nobody ain't going on for me. I'm doing this whole thing.
We just so wish you were back here in studio with us. Hopefully, next interview you will be here with us.
Yes.
Let me ask you though, I mean, after all that you've done, do you still get those butterflies? Do you still get that little nervousness?
Yes. Yeah? Yeah. I still get nervous. I still get very nervous when it comes to stepping on stage. I mean, yes, I'm prepared, but there's always that nervousness of wanting to do a good job and wanting to give the audience the best show. This is not my quote. This is actually a paraphrase from my friend Javon McFerrin, who's a good friend of mine, and his dad is Bobby McFerrin. And Bobby McFerrin said,
"Don't worry, be happy."
You're always going to have butterflies, but what you want to do is you want to get your butterflies to fly in formation.
Go beyond.
I love that because it's one of the things of like, you're always going to be nervous, but you want that nervousness not to hold you back, but to push you forward. So get those butterflies to push you forward. You're prepared. You're going to have that nervous energy, but focus that energy to do the best you can. And that'll push you on stage. And once the lights turn on, everything you've rehearsed will just be there. It's kind of like you guys somebody will give you guys a brand new story out of the blue. Hand you this thing, or it'll be on the teleprompter. You're like, what the hell is this? I don't know what the hell is this. But when the lights turn on, you're like, so, here it is. I know exactly what's going on.
That's exactly how we do it.
It's
You
so
know it
true.
so well.
Once you see the light, you're like, wait, no, I'm getting paid. Lights on. Let's talk about that. You know exactly what you're doing.
Exactly. The commercial break, we're like, wait a second, hold up. Hello. Exactly. OG. You got a question?
Oh, no, he was talking about lights turning on. When are you going back on stage? Because we know all these shows have their dates to return. And if you have your date to return, have you guys started rehearsing? And what does that entail?
We haven't started rehearsing. We haven't started rehearsing yet. But my plan is to step back on stage where I left. I was with the Ham Fam.
Yeah.
And we know our opening is September 14th. And I'm so excited to jump back on stage with my family. We are going to have a great time. That first week, I usually people say that first show, but I know the Ham fans and I know my family.
Yeah.
That first week is gonna be lit. Who's ever there that first show, those first couple shows, that energy is gonna be off the charts.
Anyway,
and I can't wait.
I gotta say thank you so much. It's so nice of you to give us 4 tickets in advance for
I
that.
know. Thank you.
Yes, totally.
We really appreciate it.
Like in your dreams.
You know, I'm so glad I got it like that.
Hey, break a leg in that first week. So,
Thank you.
Yes, you know, yesterday I want to talk about was National Cancer Survivors Day. I know it's a big day for you. Your wife is a cancer survivor. We threw up earlier on the screen the lymphoma organization, but just talk about the mission and why you support it so much. Look at her beautiful wife there.
Yeah.
Listen, the first time that something like that hits your family, you are first blindsided. You go, I don't know what to do. And then once it happens, you go, you know what? You're amazed that you realize a part of this family you joined. Don was diagnosed with lymphoma, and all of a sudden, once we announced it, all these wonderful people started coming out and said, hey, I'm a cancer survivor. I have cancer. And we realized that there was just this kind of, there was this giant community we were a part of. And we were looking a way to give back to all the folks and the doctors had given back to us. And I found the Lymphoma Research Foundation, and I love what they do. They are just committed to working on research and finding a cure for lymphoma. And I think that's great. And I think it's wonderful. And it's amazing how strong these wonderful citizens are, strong how these wonderful people are, kids, women, men. It's nuts. The strength within these people is, insurmountable. And you just can't count it. It's great. And so this was a wonderful organization. I did a concert for it during COVID. I did for Halloween. We did Tim Burton's Night Before Christmas, and then we just had the Walk on America, which is all of June, where you could do your own walk on. You do your own walkathon to raise money for the research for lymphoma. And then of course yesterday was National Cancer Day, so of course I just wanted to be a part of it in any way I could.
Hey, we love you.
Yes.
We do.
Thank you. I love you guys too.
We love you. We support you. I was on your Instagram. I know you had a death in the family, mother-in-law. So our condolences to you and your wife during this time.
Thank you very much.
But I still appreciate you waking up early to come and bring some of your rays.
Bring us some
Please,
joy.
of course.
Bravo.
Listen, for you guys, I love PIX11. So you guys are fantastic, and you guys are family. And thank you. It's one of those moments, I think, that we've learned through 2020, that you have these great highs and these crazy lows, but you have to think about that moment of, you know what, I'm still here. And as long as I'm still breathing, then I need to be doing something positive. And just being alive and breathing and smiling is positive enough to let somebody know, hey, it's going to be okay. So that's what we're doing.
I tell you what, you are lifting us up today.
Love you.
You really are.
Okay, so you'll be back same time tomorrow.
Go Steph, I got you.
Moments of
Right
affirmation.
here.
Okay.
Right. Okay. James Monroe Iglehart, we love you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Very good. Very good. Excellent. And now we know.